Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'm a presenter tonight, and I'm really grateful to be here, and I want to thank Tom Friedman for his kind words. And Tom, thank you for your wonderful work in writing such terrific columns and books and really enlightening people. Really admire what you're doing. I want to say what a pleasure it is to be at this unique gathering. It's hard to believe it's the first of this dinner of this kind for WRI. And I want to acknowledge with gratitude Jim Harmon, the chair of the board of WRI, who's brought such tremendous energy and imagination to all of my fellow board members and to Jonathan Lash, who does, as others have already said, such a terrific job. I've had the privilege of working with Jonathan for many, many years, and he's a class act in every way. And this organization reflects his leadership in that dimension. I want to congratulate the other award winners and save some words for the honoree that I'm going to present an award to here in just a moment. I loved the film about Sam Johnson, and to Gene Johnson and Fisk Johnson. We're so honored that you're with us. To Elizabeth McCormick and Jonathan Fanton, thank you for those wonderful words also. To my colleagues from the Alliance for Climate Protection, Ted Roosevelt and Orrin Kramer, and my colleagues from Generation, Peter Knight and Duncan Austin, all the distinguished guests who are here. My former Senate colleague, Tim Wirth, is here, a great leader on these issues. I am here, as I mentioned, to present an award that I think is particularly well-deserved. We heard a moment ago about how this has to become a moral issue in the manner that the civil rights issue became a moral issue, and I really appreciated Elizabeth McCormick's words in that regard. I think lifting this challenge out of the political context and placing it in the moral and ethical context really is the key. I remember when I was a kid watching the images on television that illuminated the essential evil of discrimination on the basis of race and the legacies of the unfinished work of Reconstruction and the original sin of slavery. And I remember when my generation asked our elders to please explain why segregation isn't immoral. Why do we allow it in our country? And I think in a real sense, the inability of my parents' generation to answer that question is what led to the new laws and the new sense of resolve. It's still an unfinished work, but we made tremendous progress. And I think something similar is happening now with the climate crisis. We have a challenge to our moral imagination and understanding that so much is at stake unless we can bring about a rapid change is the essence of the ethical challenge that we face. One of the ways that we here in the United States of America turn the corner and start moving an issue into the mainstream and into the moral dimension and taking it out of the political framework is when the most respected and most successful business leaders in corporate America stand up and provide moral leadership and demonstrate how that kind of ethical commitment can be made completely consistent with the task of corporations to make money for shareholders, to serve the broader community by bringing goods and services at a market-determined price that moves our society and civilization forward. We heard about Sam Johnson's moral commitment that was then translated into business success. I'm going to tell you about another business leader, and I'm going to present this award to Jeff Immelt. Jeff's decision to launch Eco-Imagination in 2005 was a real turning point for American business. There have been many businesses that have provided leadership, and I don't want to shortchange the pioneers or in any way diminish the leadership that others have provided. But General Electric has a position in corporate America that allows it to capture the attention and the imagination of people all over the world. And when Jeff Immelt decided to make the business case for taking action, a lot of other business leaders who had not theretofore taken a good hard look at the economics of this challenge began to do so. Jeff has done a tremendous amount to make the case in the mainstream business community for early action on global warming. But Jeff has gone beyond eco-imagination and has actively worked to move the political center of the debate about how corporate America addresses the climate crisis. I just can't tell you, somebody who's been active on this issue for a long time, I can't tell you how impressed I was and how grateful I was as a citizen of this country and of this world that Jeff Immelt decided to play such a key role in creating the U.S. Climate Action Partnership, an alliance of businesses, utilities, and environmental groups that stood up at a key time, and it wasn't easy, couldn't have been easy, stood up at a key time to urge the federal government to pass legislation requiring mandatory significant greenhouse gas reductions. That took vision and courage and leadership. And it is for those reasons that on behalf of the World Resources Institute Board, I'm very pleased to honor Jeff Immelt for corporate leadership on environmental issues. Jeff, come on up.